Hello everyone, welcome back to Mr. English Talks. Today we are going to talk about something that excites many of you and confuses even more: how to invest money and get rich. Before you picture big formulas or secret tricks, let me be clear. Getting rich is not a lottery ticket. It is a long, steady process built from small choices, consistent habits, and clear thinking. In this video, I will walk you through the mindset, the practical steps, the common mistakes, and real repeatable strategies that anyone can use. I will keep the language simple and the steps actionable so you can follow along, even if your English is still improving. Listen with patience, take notes, and prepare to change the way you think about money. First, understand what getting rich means for you. For some people, it means financial freedom, enough passive income to cover living expenses. For others, it means a high net worth, a comfortable lifestyle, or the ability to support family and causes. Decide your destination before you pick the route. If you chase a vague idea of rich, you will drift. Decide how much money will free you from worry. What lifestyle do you want? How many years are you willing to commit? Clarity gives power. Write your number and a timeline. Making this clear is not greedy. It is practical. Money is a tool that gives choices, and choices make life kinder to you and those you love. Next, build the right mindset. Many people believe either that money is bad or that it is too hard to earn. Those beliefs live in the subconscious and control decisions. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Practice a simple sentence every morning. Money is a tool that lets me create value and help others. Repeat it with feeling. Treat money as neutral energy. It can build or destroy depending on how you use it. Rich people think long-term, they manage risk, and they value learning more than a quick win. You must adopt patience, curiosity, and courage. Now let us move to the foundation. Save more than you spend. This sounds obvious, but it is the single most important habit. Rich people live below their means for years. That means cutting small luxuries today to fund opportunities tomorrow. Start by tracking every dollar for 1 month. See where your money goes. You will be surprised at the small leaks. Then set a target saving rate. 20% of income is a strong start. But if you can save 30 or 40%, you accelerate your wealth building. Make saving automatic. Use direct transfer to move money into an investment account the day you receive income. Out of sight, out of temptation is a powerful tactic. The next step is to create an emergency fund. Before you invest aggressively, keep 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a safe, liquid account. This protects you from forced selling during bad market moments and reduces stress. Think of the emergency fund as your safety net. Once it exists, you can make bolder but smarter investment choices. Let's talk about debt. Not all debt is equal. High-interest consumer debt, credit cards, buy now, pay later schemes, destroys wealth. Pay those off quickly. On the other hand, low-interest debt like a mortgage or student loan can be an acceptable tool if it helps you buy assets that grow. Before investing heavily, clear high-interest debt. The interest you avoid often beats small returns from risky investments. Now we come to the heart of investing, the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. A house can be both. It may be a liability if mortgage, taxes, and maintenance exceed its rental income. Understand this clearly and apply it to every purchase. Invest in assets that generate cash flow or appreciate in value. Stocks, bonds, real estate, a business, or even your own skills. Your first priority should be low-cost, diversified investments that grow with the economy. For beginners, the simplest and most powerful tool is index funds or ETFs that track the broad market. These funds require no daily attention. and historically provide steady long-term returns. They are low cost and reduce risk by diversifying across many companies. If you are new, start with an index fund that tracks the total market or a large cap index. Put money regularly, weekly or monthly, using a strategy called dollar cost averaging. This reduces the risk of buying at the wrong time and makes investing a habit. Over decades, compound growth on regular contributions creates significant wealth. Compound interest is the most important math you will accept when building wealth. The earlier you start, the more time compound interest has to work. Even small amounts grow big with time. For example, a small habit of saving and investing a modest amount each month for many years can outgrow a late start with much larger deposits. Time is your secret weapon. Use it. Next, learn about asset allocation and risk. Do not put all your money into a single stock or one business idea because the payoff can be huge, but the risk is also enormous. Spread risk across different asset classes: stocks for growth, bonds for stability, real estate for cash flow and inflation protection, and perhaps a small portion into higher risk ventures if you understand them. As you grow wealth and your goals change, rebalance your portfolio periodically to maintain your target allocation. This discipline prevents emotional moves when markets are volatile. Real estate is a powerful wealth builder but requires knowledge and effort. Buying rental properties can generate steady cash flow and appreciation, but it also carries responsibilities: management, repairs, tenant issues, and market cycles. Use leverage carefully. Buying with mortgage debt can magnify both gains and losses. If you are new, consider real estate funds or REITs to get exposure without hands-on management. If you become an active investor, learn local markets, calculate cash flow conservatively, and always keep reserves for repairs. Starting a business is another path to wealth. A successful business can grow value far beyond what a stock portfolio yields, but entrepreneurship demands grit, learning, and resilience. If you build a business, focus on solving real problems for customers, keep costs low, and reinvest profits to grow. The most powerful businesses scale. They earn more without a direct one-to-one increase in your time. If you plan this route, think long-term, hire smart people, and build systems so the business can survive without you in every moment. Let us talk about taxes and legal structure. Taxes can eat into returns, so smart planning matters. Use tax-advantaged accounts where available. Retirement accounts, tax-free investments, or business structures that legally reduce taxes. Consult a professional to set up the right accounts early. Legal protections like LLCs or corporations prevent personal liability and make operations smoother for businesses and real estate. Small costs now protect large assets later. Education and continuous learning are non-negotiable. The best investors read widely, not to chase every trend, but to understand cycles, valuation, and risk. Learn from books, trusted mentors, and reliable sources. Avoid shortcuts and get-rich-quick schemes. Wealth multiplies when knowledge compounds with disciplined action. Now I will give you a practical, step-by-step plan to begin investing and building wealth, starting this week. First, track expenses for 1 month and set a saving target. Second, open an investment account or retirement account and set up an automatic transfer of a fixed amount the day you get paid. Third, build your emergency fund until it covers 3 to 6 months. Fourth, pay off high-interest debts aggressively. Fifth, choose a diversified index fund as your core investment and invest regularly. Sixth, learn one new skill that increases your income. This could be freelancing, public speaking, coding, design, or improving your English to reach more viewers, and allocate time each week to it. Seventh, after you have a buffer and consistent investing habit, explore real estate or a business for additional growth. I want to address emotions now because they ruin many good plans. Fear causes people to sell at market lows. Greed causes them to buy at peaks. Create a written plan and rules for yourself before markets act. Decide your asset allocation, your rebalancing schedule, and emergency withdrawal rules. When fear comes, read your written plan. This creates emotional distance and protects your long-term goals. Another practical tip is to automate everything. Automatic savings, automatic investments, and automatic bill payments reduce friction and remove the daily temptation to spend. Treat investing like a regular bill you must pay your future self. Automation creates consistency. Now let us discuss small mistakes that cause big harm. First, trying to time the market. No one can do it consistently. Second, high fees. Fees slowly destroy returns, so choose low-cost funds and avoid expensive financial advisors unless they add clear value. Third, overtrading. Frequent buying and selling increases costs and often reflects emotional decisions. Fourth, not diversifying. Concentration brings risk you may not handle. Fifth, ignoring insurance. A major health expense or disaster can wipe out savings. Protect what you build. For language learners and creators who listen to this channel, remember that building your skills is a form of investment. Improve your speaking, content production, and communication. When your skills rise, your income options widen. Coaching, courses, sponsorships, and higher-paying freelance work. Invest time and small money into courses, microphones, and lighting that help you reach more people. These are investments in your personal brand and can produce high returns. Now I want to share the story of someone who followed these steps and changed their life. There was a man named Aaron who worked as a clerk and lived month to month. He began by saving 15% of his salary, reading books about investing, and learning a skill, basic web development, every evening. He opened a low-cost index fund account and invested monthly. After 2 years, he started freelancing and doubled his income. He invested the extra money, bought a small rental apartment 5 years later, and used the rental income to cover living expenses. He did not become rich overnight. He made steady choices, avoided flashy schemes, and invested in himself. 10 years later, Aaron's financial position allowed him to transition to part-time work and focus on projects he loved. This is the real pathway: patience and consistent action. As we near the action part, here's a simple 90-day plan you can start right now. Day 1 to 30, focus on tracking expenses, building the habit of saving, and opening investment accounts. Day 31 to 60, increase contributions, finish high-interest debt payments, and start learning a new income skill. Day 61 to 90, diversify into a secondary investment like REITs, or start a small business experiment. At the end of 90 days, review your progress and set the next quarter's goals. Repeat this cycle with yearly reviews. Wealth grows in seasons, not days. Before I continue, I must remind you of patience and humility. Markets will have bad years. Investments will sometimes lose value. Your job is to stay calm, learn, and act consistently. Celebrate small wins. A month with higher savings, learning, a new skill, a successful interview, or a small freelance project. These are proof you are moving in the right direction. Now take a moment and make a promise to yourself. Promise to track expenses for 1 month. Promise to save a chosen percentage. Promise to read 1 chapter about investing every week. Promise to take 1 small action to grow your income. This promise is the first investment you make in your discipline and future. Keep in mind that true wealth includes peace of mind, time with loved ones, and a sense of purpose. Money is not an end. It is a tool to create the life you want. Use it wisely.